everyone. I am here with Tyra, the creative. She is going to help us with some basic Shipt questions today, some getting started. She's going to give us some tips, hopefully, and maybe a little advice. But Tyra, tell us about your channel. What do you do on your channel?
Hi guys, my name is Tyra. I go by Tyra the Creative here on YouTube, and I am a gig worker and I'm also an actress. So I talk about a lot of different things on my channel, but what's been picking up lately is my Shipt content. So I've been posting a lot about how to be a Shipt shopper, how to make the maximum earnings and things like that. Basically, how to make money as a gig worker or a freelancer in a creative world.
Nice. That's awesome. So basically, I've just started Shipt. I only really have 2 full days in. So I think that I have some basic knowledge of Shipt, but I definitely think I have a lot to learn still. And, you know, I kind of want you to give me like your best tips. Let's go for somebody that's like never done Shipt before. What would you tell them, like starting out? What should they be doing or looking for?
That
was
well,
kind of
first
sorry, go ahead. Nothing. I'm talking over you. Sorry. What were you saying?
Well, first I would say it will be different for every zone or every market that you're in, because I'm in the Los Angeles area and you're in Denver, right?
Yeah.
So
that's right.
I have a best friend. Yes, she's in Boston, and we started doing Shipt like together, but her stuff is like totally different.
Really?
And at first, yeah, I would like ask her. Even the app is a little different over there, so I would ask her questions.
Is it the
yes,
pay scale
it's
different? Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I have certain perks that she doesn't have, and she can see some stuff that I can't see, and I don't really know why they do that, but that's a thing. But whenever you're getting your information or wanting to learn about Shipt, when you're just starting out, go to the Shipt Shopper Lounge, but there's also groups specifically for whatever area you're in. I would go to the one for my specific area before I went to the Shipt Shopper Lounge, because that's a vast information, ambiguous information for everyone. So I think that would be my biggest tip to start out with, for sure.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I did join the Shipt Shopper Lounge, and it's just like information overload that I think I looked at it a couple times. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm just gonna go do it. I'm just gonna go see what happens. But yeah, I mean, I've never really done that with a gig. I always feel like I go in a little more prepared, because I mean, I've tried I've tried a few different gigs, and I normally know a little bit more going in than what I did with Shipt. But I think I thought it would be more comparable to Instacart, which I know you don't do Instacart, so that's
I haven't done Instacart.
So what are the other differences that you're talking about? I mean, I know they change pay scale in some markets, right? Like some are switching to like, isn't there like V1, V2 pay scale? Yeah. So
there's V1, V2. Which one is better?
V1 is technically the better one, right? Isn't that what people are saying?
Yeah, V1 is the better one, because with V2, it has like an unspecified amount that is supposedly added to your pay. But I really don't know which scale Los Angeles is on. Do you know which one Denver is on? I don't even know how to find out for sure.
Somebody told me I was on V2, but I don't understand how they know. I mean, I guess that doesn't matter much. I mean, you're going to make what you're going to make if you can't control the scale you're on. So whatever.
Right. Exactly. But
go ahead.
Okay. Other than that, you can't see, like, she can't see like her pay stubs and her hours out in Boston, and that really helps on the back end whenever you're doing like your taxes and trying to make sure that you're making enough money. That really helps on that end, but she just has to guesstimate all of her stuff, so she doesn't know if she's paying the correct amount of things. So I think that's really the bigger thing.
And that drives me crazy. Yeah, that sucks. I don't like that at all. I mean, they're kind of keeping you in the dark that way. That's garbage.
Yeah, it may be a glitch because I don't understand why you wouldn't be able to see that. It honestly may be a glitch in the app, and it may just be that no one has said anything to Shipt, or they're still working on it or something like that. But I think that's that's the bigger difference, because that's where all your money may be leaving your pockets on the back end after you do all of the shops.
Right. Interesting. So, okay. So one thing that I haven't messed around with too much is the schedule. So for anybody that hasn't started Shipt, there are 2 different ways to take orders. So you can put yourself on the schedule, and then you can also take orders from it's Open Metro. Isn't that what it's called? Like the Metro, Open Metro. If I'm saying anything wrong, feel free to correct me, but I just want to ask this question with that, just in case there are some very beginner people watching. But yeah, so I've just taken orders from, I've mainly taken promotional orders, which is, I think, a question that I want to talk to you about that. But so with the schedule, do you put yourself on the schedule, or are you mainly taking the open orders?
So I started Shipt literally days before the coronavirus took off, or got really, really big out here. So I did start out by putting myself on the schedule. And the good thing about putting yourself on a schedule is more people can place orders. But when the coronavirus started to, be on the rise, we had 1,000 Metro orders. So there was no reason to put yourself on the schedule because we had all of these other orders to go through. So I personally like being not on the schedule, because that affects your acceptance rate if you don't accept all of the orders that are pushed through to you. Right. Or if you don't see them, because you only have 60 seconds to grab that order before it's given to someone else. So you're more likely to just miss that order, and then your acceptance rate is just dwindling down. So I personally like to just take the Metro orders, but if there are no open orders in the zones that I like to frequent, then I'll put myself on the schedule then. And I'll just make sure that my phone is on loud, and I'm just being cognizant of, okay, you could have 5 orders pushed through at any given time. And I get a lot of questions about, okay, well, I put myself on a schedule, but now I have 3 orders and I'm still getting more orders. As soon as you fill up that time slot, that time bracket, take yourself off of the schedule, and that's how you get all the orders to stop being pushed to you.
What do you mean fill up that time slot? Are you saying if you've already scheduled multiple orders for that time slot, or just if you've scheduled, take yourself off?
Whenever you schedule as many orders as you can take in that time slot, because it varies. It depends on the size of the order. So if you have an order that has 200 items, then I would only do one order for that time slot. But if you have 3 orders that each have 2 or 3 items, it just depends on that. So once you have as many orders that you can fulfill in that hour window, take yourself off the schedule for that hour, so it can stop feeding you those orders coming in for that time.
Yeah. So when you do add yourself to the schedule, would you only do it for 1 hour at a time, or would you make yourself available for multiple hours and kind of start planning out your day?
That's what I would do. I would put all the hours on there that I want, because orders can come through at any time of the day, honestly. So if you schedule yourself for 5 to 6 p.m., you could technically get orders for that time slot at 10 o'clock in the morning, because people are placing their orders through the app, So it'll push through whenever the people order whatever they want from the store at that time.
Got it. And then, so, I mean, I think I'm at 7 orders right now. I think I have to wait till 10 before I can actually start taking orders at once. Yep. But I mean, will Shipt just let you take indefinite orders? I mean, can I just pile on 10 orders? I know that's probably not smart, but they would let me do that.
Yes, I've never gotten capped off, and I've done 8 orders at a time during Corona, especially in Los Angeles. Yeah, I've done 8 orders at a time, because of the simple fact remember I said we had 1,000 open orders. So if I'm going to the Beverly Hills Target, I'm grabbing all of the Beverly Hills Target orders. What's the point in leaving like one order for someone else to come pick up and it's only like 3 items? I'm gonna grab that as well.
Right.
It is kind of like tricky because you have to make sure that you're looking through and see what they have, because if you grab 8 orders and they all have ice cream, then that's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
Exactly. So you have to pay attention to that. But I would do as many orders as I can. Starting out, I would stay with like, once you hit the 10, I would do like 2, 3 max, because it
Right.
can get very overwhelming. But no, there's no cap.
That's so crazy. But I mean, you're penalized on time though, because
Yes.
that's one thing that's very different from Instacart, because with Instacart, time doesn't really matter. But so, I mean, how in the world would you do 8 orders and is it promo orders that you're taking?
Yeah, I'm taking promo orders. So
Okay.
whenever the orders are open Metro, it's not all in one time slot. So it'll be like, okay, I have orders from 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, that sort of thing. And I'll grab them all, or I'll have a few for, an hour, but they're not all due at the same exact time.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what confused me then. So you make sure, because are most people just fine with you delivering early? Because I noticed there's a little thing that says early okay, but I mean, if they don't have that, are most people just okay with you bringing their groceries early? Or is that?
In my experience, yes.
Okay. Do you normally reach out to them and ask them if they're okay with
that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Okay.
You reach out to them and you ask them. Because especially if it's an open Metro order, that means no one has claimed it and it's been just sitting out there for someone to claim, and it may have gotten pushed up, especially if it's already gone promo. So if it's a promo order and it says like it's due within 30 minutes or something, I'll call them and say, hey, I'm sorry, or whatever. And some people will even say, thank you so much, bring it as soon as you can, because I ordered this for yesterday and it's just been, rolling over. Or they'll say, thank you so much for reaching out. As soon as you can, this was the only open time slot. You can bring it right now if you can,
Right. So
it depends on the time slots available.
Because the promo orders, you're not penalized for being late on those, right? But you are penalized for the orders that aren't promo, correct?
I haven't really, I still have a question about that as well. I don't know if you are penalized for promo orders, because of the simple fact that I started doing promo orders during the height of quarantine. And now we don't really have promo orders like that in my metro
anymore.
Yeah, we have open metro orders, but not many promo at all. So
really?
I've never even been late on.
I feel like I've seen a decent amount of promo orders here. I bet because I was on a wait list for like 3 months, and I just got on, and then there was another girl that I know here that was on wait list. We just got on, so I bet my area is probably down on shoppers compared to like your area. Yeah. That's probably why I'm seeing orders, but I bet they're trying to fix that since they just let me on and somebody else. I bet they let a lot of people on. So you probably don't know then, because I think I had a couple people in the comment section tell me to be careful about taking promo orders because I could get deactivated if I was only taking promo orders. Or have you heard that? Do you know anything about that?
Yes, I actually just uploaded a video, Shipt FAQs, on my channel, and I talked all about all of these kind of myth-like questions. And in my experience, because I can't really say, no one can really say, but in my experience, I don't think that leads to deactivation. I think it may be a multitude of things. Maybe you're delivering orders late. People are complaining about your customer service. You are, the ice cream is melted, things like that can lead to deactivation. But it's very hard for me to believe that just because you're taking the promo orders, which are orders that are close to their delivery window, that you would get deactivated, because those are the customers that need to be tended to first so they can come back and be a recurring client of the app. So that logic just doesn't make any sense to me, you know?
Yeah.
So I would say no, that alone cannot lead to deactivation. That's my theory on it.
No, I agree with you. I thought it sounded a little silly too. That's kind of like, there's this thing with Instacart where people say, and I believed it for a while, but I don't really believe it anymore. They said if you give the customer the receipt that you could be deactivated. Well, I feel like it's almost like somebody said this once and everybody ran with it. And it was like,
yeah,
okay, like one person, one time got deactivated for it, but they were probably doing a million other things wrong too. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
It
just doesn't make sense. Like, you're not supposed to give them the receipt and, you know, that kind of thing, but that doesn't make sense to me, you know? So yeah. We're on the same page.
I totally agree. I kind of thought it was people just being silly, and I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine, like, have you ever gotten any warnings from Shipt? Like, if you were, I don't know, have you ever done anything wrong and gotten a warning for it?
Yes, I did. So when I first started, I had just finished like my 10 orders, and I had 2 orders at the same time. And that's why I say, like, right after your 10, just stick to like 2, because something is bound to happen.
Yeah.
So
sure.
I had to deliver 2 orders, and this one lady ordered some ice cream. I forgot one of her bags in my car. So it wasn't that I was late or anything like that, but human error, I forgot one of her bags. So I had to go all the way. She texted me and said, hey, I'm missing like a bunch of stuff. And I was like, let me check my car. And it was in my car, and I had to go back, but the ice cream had started to melt. Ooh. It wasn't too long, but you know, some people just really don't like that. And I guess she complained to Shipt or whatever the case may be. And they sent me it was just a warning though. They literally just said, hey, we heard that some ice cream was melted. Just make sure that you get a hot and cold bag. So they were very nice about the way they approached me about the situation. But yeah, that was the situation. I knew exactly what it was. I was like, oh, dang. But now I know better, you know?
Right, sure. Well, yeah. And I mean, the reason why I asked you that is because I feel like if they did have a problem with you taking too many promo orders, I'm sure they would probably warn you first before
they would have definitely said, yeah.
You. Okay.
Exactly. And that's what I spoke on in my video, because they're very vocal. They will literally just send you a message like, so I took like a month off because I was like, okay, I've been going into these stores a lot. Let me make sure I'm not sick or, you know, anything like that. So I took some time off, and they sent me an email. Hey, we've noticed that you haven't done Shipt in 3 weeks. Would you mind taking this survey to let us know why you haven't been working? So even for stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure they'll tell you why you're getting deactivated or whatever the case may be.
Right. Interesting. Well, I think that's covering like the basics of the questions that I had. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, I'm so happy that you came on to talk to me and my people. And my people, please go take a look at her channel. She has Shipt videos on there. Her quality is like insane. Your videos are so good. Seriously, like
thank you.
I was like, oh my gosh, I need to step my game up. Look at these videos. And like how you're like, what are you, an interior decorator? Like your house, your background is so pretty.
Thank you. No, I literally just watch YouTube and get ideas off of YouTube, and I just do them. That's it.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, well, go tell everybody where they can find you again.
You guys can find me on all social media at Tyra the Creative.
Nice. Wonderful.
Very
Thank
simple.
you so much. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you.